I have a cold at the moment, so I'm not going to bother getting dressed to review this movie. So yeah, who gives a shit? So anyways, They Slash Them is the newest slasher film brought to us by Blumhouse Productions and is the newest Kevin Bacon horror picture that we get. And this was a movie I was genuinely excited for because, it looked to be a slasher film based at a summer camp starring Kevin Bacon. And yeah, this looked like a really cool, like Friday the 13th throwback. It looks like it could be like a love letter to 80s slasher fans, especially with Kevin Bacon in the mix, who was in the Friday the 13th franchise. So I was just like, how can this not be good? Like, it has all the right ingredients to make a great slasher film, or at least a really entertaining slasher film. And what this movie is completely different to what you'd think. Because this movie deals with some very particular themes and a particular group of people. And I'm not going to get into any of that in this review, because that's not why I started YouTube. Like, I didn't start YouTube, to talk political. I started YouTube, to talk about movies, to share my love and passion for entertainment with you guys, and to share my thoughts on the internet. And so, saying that, this is going to be a very difficult movie to review. Um, okay, where do I start with this? I think this movie could have been much better. I think the writing could have been much better. Um, and it's just okay. No, actually, no. The thing is, like, this movie it goes into some stuff that I don't even care to see in slasher movies. Like, there's this there's this twist, or there's this like subplot that they do with kids where they're torturing them, and I don't care to see that shit. Like, it's gross, it's disturbing. That's not something. That's not why I watch slasher films. And so, just, yeah, this film, it bothers me because, like, it does everything wrong, and these slasher elements don't come into the movie until like the final 15 minutes of this movie. Like, yes, there are kills throughout the movie, but the kills aren't even all that impressive. Um, like, whenever you do see a kill, it's all off screen. Like, it cuts right before you get the money shot. And yeah, there's barely any gore in the movie. There's like the most smallest amount of gore you can expect in a slasher film. This is like, this isn't Black Christmas bad by any means. This film is a lot better than the Black Christmas 2019 remake, but it's that level of kills where it cuts right before you see any gore, right before you see any blood splatter. And I feel like if you are to make a slasher film, like, you have to deliver on the gore. If you aren't going to give a good or entertaining story, at least, at fucking best, give some entertaining kills. And okay, so the gore in the movie is nowhere to be found. Are the kills creative? No, not really. There's one kill that I liked that dealt with a computer screen that I really liked. I thought that was a really rad kill. That's probably the highlight scene of this movie. But everything else that is intermixed in this movie is shit. I think this movie has a very confusing story, especially with some of the directions that it goes. And yeah, Kevin Bacon is really good in the movie. Kevin Bacon, he gives probably the best performance out of everybody in the movie. Like, he felt like he actually wanted to be there. He did good delivery with his lines. He gave a good performance. And this movie kind of has two villains to a degree, where even though the slasher villain of the movie, it's kind of a switch and bait at the end of the movie. Sorry, a bait and switch. There we go, proper term. a bait and switch at the end of the movie. I won't get into it. I'm not going to get into spoilers, but it felt all shoved in. It felt like, something they came up with last second. And yeah, this movie just really wasn't for me. It didn't really deliver as a slasher movie.